Mr. Ethan, you ready? All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Performance Seminar. This is our 6 p.m. session on Friday, the 27th of September. We have two pianists here with us today. So I would like to welcome Ethan. Ethan Dudson, are you ready and can you hear us?
Yeah.
Awesome. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself and the piece that you're performing?
Okay. So I'm playing the Angel from Formosa. I'm Ethan.
Well done, Mr. Ethan.
Thank
Hey,
you.
quick question. Did you edit some bars out of this?
Yeah, Dr. Allen told me to skip some lines.
Got it, got it. So you went from here.
40,
You did the re and then you went down to where?
58. The it's the one with
Ah, yeah. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Cool, wonderful. Well, how was that performance for you?
I think there's just a couple like wrong notes I might need to fix, but I
Hmm.
think yeah I think mainly the dynamics could all be like more deep.
Yeah, a little bit. You want more contrast in the dynamics?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll come around back to you in a second. Atticus, do you have some thoughts for Ethan?
I actually thought the dynamics were very good.
Hmm.
I don't know, it might just be the audio. Maybe I hear it differently than you do on your end, but to me, it sounded really good.
Nice. Were there some other? What about the character? Do you feel that he caught this character of whoever this angel is
Yeah, I think
from
so.
Mona? Yeah. Is there anything that you would offer? Some guidance or some ideas that he can consider
Not
for
really sure
improvement
on
of the
this
piece? Or
one.
yeah, cool, nice. Cheers, Atticus. Yeah, it's Ethan. It's your playing is really clear. Your intentions are clear. Um, but you're right though. In terms of deeper dynamics, you can definitely play more into the keys when you get to these sections here. These really passionate sections, right? That you have the forte. Can you imagine a string section playing this? Oh, keyboard's dead, but right. So just more into the keys and take us to these third beats. Dum dum da dum dum da dum. Right, really push through. Because most of this is quite light, isn't it? It's quite almost kind of like a lullaby. Would you say this is kind of like a lullaby?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, right? But then it has these moments where it just really, really moves. These parts were all great. Give a little bit more richness and movement to when you're shifting from G major to E flat major. This harmonic change is always a bit of a surprise, isn't it? Then back to G major, then E flat major again. And then here this agitato, move it just a little bit more. Right? Be a little bit more playful with it. So you're on the right track. It's just that every time that you have a new scene or a new character change, which is governed by a new rhythm or a key change, level it up a bit more. Just enhance it. Just give it a little bit more attention. Yeah. Maybe exaggerate the feeling is what I'm trying to say. Right, especially when you're playing. Are you playing this live? Are you playing this at 8VA?
I'm playing at the World Music Festival. I'm not sure
Right.
what.
Yeah. Right. So you know what I mean? You want to, especially in a bigger hall like that, you want to exaggerate the sounds and the movement just a wee bit more. Not physical movement, like, waving around the hands, but into the keys. Yeah. But it's beautiful playing. Nice. Well done, Ethan. All the best for your performance at the World Music Fest.
Thanks.
It's gonna be good. All right, let's continue. Mr. Chopin himself. All right, I guess go ahead and introduce your piece.
I'm Atticus, and I'm playing the first 3 pages of Chopin's Ballade. It's the G minor one. That's all I know.
Oh, you were just getting to the good part as well.
I can't play it that fast though.
That reminds me of my younger years. I would learn just snippets of a piece of music to make people believe that I could play it. They're like, "Oh, can you play Fancy Impromptu?" Yeah, and then I just taper off.
My friend does that.
They're like, "Wow, you can play Flight of the Bumblebee as well. You can play Rug Bump." Yeah, this would be a section. So if someone said, "Oh, if you can play the ballad," yeah, that's about it. It's good. Well done. This is a big work. Lots of. How would you describe the learning of this or its sound compared to the Polonaise?
It's pretty different.
Yeah, yeah. What are some challenges that this piece poses that's different from the Polonaise?
Being a little bit more controlled about how quiet I play.
Yeah, Polonaise just smacks you in the face from the opening, right? Boom, boom, boom. This one here, you with the ballads, you have to have the long game in mind. You're present, but at the same time, you need to know how long the phrase is and where it's headed, and just it's you have to sculpt it. Even all of these here, like you really think this heartbeat of the piece, 1, 2, 3, how you want to place those. This is a great start though. Like already, I can hear you've got some very clear ideas. I think having played the Polonaise has helped you understand a bit of the Chopin language and how it pushes and pulls. If anything, do moderate how much you do use rubato though. Listen back to this recording. Learning Chopin, you want to just learn to play it straight first. so that you're not phased or distracted by any musical urges. You can just hear the music, just hear it out first, right? And then come and paint it and shade it the way you want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying that when you play it, it's got a lot of rebuttal on it, but I feel that at times, especially in these early days, you're just exploring. You're using this push and pull to try and shape things. Don't do too much shaping right now. Just play it very straight. Hear where the melodies are, and then draw in your phrasing. Right? Just have that steady heartbeat. Before we continue, Ethan, do you have some thoughts for Atticus? Have you heard this piece before?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's dramatic.
It is, right?
Like, the transitions are like very sudden.
Yeah, they are, and it's one of those pieces that there are many different characters in it, but each character gets enough time to evolve, right? One of the other things that you want to keep in mind when you're playing, especially these parts here, this is the melody as well, right? So do make a clear decision how you want to bring these out as well, so that, and the reason why it's important is so that you always are locking into something. Otherwise it can be quite easy to make it sound right. So just keep an eye on that there. Your opening, I loved it. It really caught my attention. Do you want to hold this for that longer?
I liked holding it, but I don't. I should probably try it without holding it for that long.
Yeah, I mean, try both. It can work. It can work, but you got to figure out how you're going to bring it in. Are you going to bring it in slowly when it finally comes in, or are you going to hit straight? Because if you wait too long here, then if you bring this in slowly, it drags. Right? It's what comes after it. So you can hold it, but just experiment. Like, okay, should I come in slowly, or should I just straight out the gate? Head straight to the G. You know? So experiment with that. So other than line, the other thing you want to bear in mind is just keep your fingers rested on the keys when you play these chords. Really just feel the richness of each chord. It's really challenging because a lot of the time the notes will split. So really strive to land everything in sync, yeah? And the best way to do that is to always have contact with the keys and then just drop your hand into it so there's an even descent, yeah? That part was all great. As this builds, 2, 3, 1, 2. Grip into the keys. Really pull the sound towards you. I know it's quick. Don't get lost in all the filigree. If you need to play it slower, so that you can really grasp this as a melody and it doesn't just sound like right? Sound like an exercise. So just be mindful of those kind of things. This was fine. Same thing here. Stay grounded into the keys. Lower your hand. Use the gravity to lock into the keys. Because as you get faster, there is temptation to just skate, right? So you want to feel that, and the reason why grounding is important is so that you can have an anchor or like a sense of pulse throughout the whole work. Excuse me, who's this? China. I about 12 years ago I played all 4 of these. These are 4 ballads, and I had to work really hard to get this idea of just being grounded into the keys, and that made me feel more more safe, I guess. It gave me more comfort when I went on stage to play because there's just so much going on. So as long as I could feel my pulse and I felt like I was inside the keys, then I couldn't go astray, right? So that's what I'm telling you to try out. If you're not already doing it, just, stay inside the keys. Use a lot of hand motion so that you always know where you're headed to give these things some shape. This part over here, same as the opening. Think about where your line is. Not only think about where your line is and how long that phrase is for the right hand, but also the role that the left hand plays to support it. Yeah. So just practice playing that line and then just draw out exactly where it ends. If it ends here, that's fine. But then, right. So there's always this sense of moving forward to wherever the line is headed to. Fine. There's so much good stuff here, Atticus. This is great. I think my key takeaway for you is phrasing. How long is the length of your phrase? Feeling grounded and anchored into the keys. Make sure that you find that sense of pulse. And also just listen, play the piece just very straight for now. Listen out to where the melodies are, or if there are any special harmonies that pop out to you, just circle them so that you can map out your journey and then you return to it and you can start painting it the way that you please. Does that make sense? Ethan, same goes for you, all right? Especially as you're performing more complex pieces, just play the piece out, map out where all the good stuff is, figure out how long your lines are, how is your left hand going to support whatever the right hand does, vice versa, write it down, right? So that when you guys are performing, that's what you're thinking about. I'm going to serve this part, and then this part, and this part, and this is how it occurs as a whole. Excuse me. Good. All right, Atticus, come back in a couple of weeks, play some more. He's like, yes, I'll finish it next week. Start from the code. Yeah.
I'm trying to finish it soon, actually.
Do it. Go to the coda.
Yeah, I've worked on it a little bit.
Code is the big one, right? So I'd say from tomorrow, just start backwards because it's the one that's technically the most demanding. Get that under your fingers and then just shift backwards would be my approach for the next couple of weeks. But you've done this before, you know how you learn. So yeah, all the best with it, eh? All right, Mr. Ethan, all the best for your performance on the weekend. Are you performing on Saturday or Sunday, Ethan?
Saturday.
Saturday. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, we'll look forward to catching it live. You gentlemen have a great weekend and we'll see you guys again soon. Cheers, Atticus. Thank you, Ethan. See you later on.